what's up you guys, this is Rob from Gay Guy Plays, and today on The Snapshot, it's all about turning up the heat to get them on their backs when we take a look at Ember's Firequake. So you can pick up Firequake for 25,000 standing once you reach rank 5 with either Steel Meridian or the Red Veil. Alright, so first things first, let's take a look at World on Fire's mechanics. After a short cast animation, Ember superheats her surroundings, causing eruptions that deal damage to random enemies in range. Upon its initial cast, it will deal damage to 5 surrounding enemies, then continue to cause multiple eruptions every second that it's left toggled on. One of the things to keep in mind is that although this ability does have a chance to cause the heat proc, which can drive enemies to momentarily panic as they're set ablaze, Ember is forced to put herself directly in the line of fire with little keeping her alive. That is, of course, until now. The Syndicate modifier at max rank gives World on Fire a 100% chance to knock down any enemies caught in an eruption. From playtesting, its knockdown chance does not seem to be affected by power strength, or more specifically, negative power strength. The only thing that I will note is to keep in mind that with most knockdown abilities, enemies who are currently locked in an animation will not be affected. This will occur most often with enemies locked in the fire proc or an attack animation. However, subsequent explosions should put them back on their backs in no time. Okay, so let's be real, Ember has needed some love for quite a while. For a Warframe so hot, she really does a whole lot of sucking, at least when it comes to survivability. See, all of her impactful skills are radial and put her at the forefront of the battlefield, yet provide very little survivability, which renders her almost useless in late and endgame scenarios, unless we're dealing with the infested. However, when modded properly, Firequake can provide Ember the needed CC in order to survive situations she normally wouldn't be able to take on. Plus, the awesome thing about this is that while it is technically control, it still fits in with her aggressive theme, blowing up enemies and proving that a good defense can be a good offense. Now, don't get me wrong, this definitely does not make her invulnerable. However, it does go a long way to help. Now, as for the build, for most Ember players this is going to be a large departure as the focus drops damage completely and concentrates on disabling ranged enemies. This will allow you to engage as safely as possible, preventing them from whittling you down while you use your weapons to tear through their ranks. Now, with a little bit of experimentation, as well as some suggestions from the livestream, you can see that I've gone all in for range. As World on Fire is a bit costly, we also focused on increasing power efficiency and toss in a little duration to offset fleeting expertise. There are a few things to note. World on Fire is extremely energy intensive, so if the situation is less than dire, you can always use Accelerant as a cheap alternative, especially since this build will give it a massive range. In addition, keep an eye out for energy orbs, as you'll definitely have to rely on RNGesus or the Energy Pizza Company to keep you topped off. Lastly, remember that World on Fire has a very short duration, so kill and kill fast. Use the damage numbers from your explosions to give you a marker as to where your enemies are and plot out your engagement accordingly. Because when it comes to Firequake, there is no better tactic than the old blow and go. So thank you all for watching another quickie. Be sure to stay tuned for more Syndicate snapshots here at A Gay Guy Plays.